Today's video has been sponsored by Warby Parker. About a year and a half ago now, we did an entire video dedicated to the recipes from the man, the myth, the legend, Choi. Also known as the 100-layer deep-fried American cheese man. For a long time, this guy's recipes were off the walls. But more recently, I feel like he's seen some kind of light, or had some kind of red flag during a physical, because most of his recent recipes look like they were made by a normal human. And they still get great views, which makes me happy to see, including one of the recipes we're making today that had 568 million of them. Some of us can only dream. Either way, I am very excited to once again be doing a Choi deep dive, so let's get right into this one. Now, the biggest drawback to this guy's recipes, besides any potential arrhythmias, are the fact that there's no written up recipes. For most of this, we're gonna be guessing. But one thing we don't have to guess on is the quality and craftsmanship offered by the good people over at Warby Parker. Warby Parker was founded with a simple mission to inspire and impact the world with vision, purpose, and style. From designer quality glasses and contacts to vision tests and eye exams, you can meet them online, in their stores, or even in your own home. And in my opinion, nobody is more qualified to speak on how great Warby Parker is because I myself have been a customer for years. These glasses that I wear in every single video came straight from Warby Parker. That's why I'm thrilled to be working with them. And it's also why I was incredibly excited to receive some sunglasses from them, and I am loving them just as much. They use nothing but premium materials in each frame, and it shows. You can feel it the second you put them on your face. And I love the unique styles and colors that they offer. I was even able to change my lens color, so there's pretty much something for everyone here. And I especially love that for every pair sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of eyeglasses to somebody in need. And as of 2023, over 15 million pairs of eyeglasses have been distributed, which is incredible. And my other favorite part of Warby Parker is their virtual try-on tool, where you can try all their glasses in the comfort of your own home. So click the link in the top line of the description to head over to warbyparker.com or hit up their mobile app to try their virtual try-on tool. Shop all of their incredible styles to find the perfect pair for you. And when you purchase 2 or more pairs of prescription glasses or sunglasses, you will get 15% off of your order, both in-store or online. I think we should start with a recipe today that still toes that line between normal and Choi-ified, and that being his cheesy garlic pull-apart bread. I grabbed some mozzarella and cheddar cheeses, butter and pizza dough, a lot of garlic, and some parsley. For the most part, this recipe and video looks great. I love garlic bread. I love cheesy things. However, based on my very rough estimation, he chops up and then presumably uses about 60 cloves of garlic, which is an obscene amount of garlic. I love garlic. I would never imagine using this much for one food. I got my 2 cheeses shredded and the garlic and parsley chopped up. I rolled my dough out after I allowed it to come to room temperature. Once again, could I have made my own dough for this? Probably, but do I think he did? Not even a chance. And the quality of the bread is not really the purpose here. We're just trying to prove the concept of mixing up your garlic butter and then slathering all of that onto the dough, along with your 2 cheeses, slicing all that up into about 4-inch wide strips, and then layering them all together to make a sort of vertical, laminated, pull-apart cheesy garlic bread. This does kind of have similar vibes as the stuffed cheesy bread from Domino's, if you've ever had it, which I'm a big fan of. It's kind of my guilty pleasure when Steven's out of town, because insanely, he hates Domino's, but that's a story for another day. This thing enveloped my house in garlicky, cheesy smell, and it is looking fantastic, so let's give it a taste. I love a garlic-filled lung. To zero people's surprise, this is freaking delicious. I think I forgot to mention I baked it for about 45 minutes, and it seems to be cooked all the way through. The outside is nice and crispy. You get that crispy cheese and dough. The inside is nice and gooey. It does lean pretty greasy because all that butter and cheddar cheese, and I don't know that I could recommend this if you have a date planned for the next month, but Steven can suck it up. Next up, we're whipping out the big guns, because at nearly 570 million views, an incomprehensible amount of views, truly, we've got this chicken cutlet tortilla panini hack. I don't know, but I grabbed some flour and panko, chicken breasts and bacon, queso blanco and American cheese, an avocado, a red onion, salt and pepper, a very large tortilla, an egg, and a tomato. Over the years, I have learned that there are certain times where it's just not worth trying to strain your mental capacity, understanding how and why and when all of these views happen on a video like this. This is just one of those times. Maybe it's the chicken preparation, the way he tenderizes it with a fork and slices it. It is a little bit mesmerizing. Maybe it's the ease and accessibility that this thing seems to have. It's just a breaded chicken cutlet with some sliced up veggies all loaded into a very large tortilla, folded up into quarters, and then put in some kind of a panini press. I obviously don't have one, so I used a couple of cast iron pans to somewhat elicit the same effect. Searching through the comment section won't really give you any kind of profound answers either, so like I said, maybe it's just better to not question it at all, and just remake it and taste test it for yourself. It's so satisfying to get those nice, clean, clear layers. That doesn't always happen. This is delicious, and I would eat this for lunch basically any day. Maybe without the tomatoes next time. But there's enough else going on to not focus on those. The American cheese, that good chicken, the bacon, and dare I say healthy too. If you subbed in a piece of grilled chicken rather than the fried, this thing would be great. Being someone that isn't eating this for a health reason, I wish I had a side of that queso to just be dipping in. I feel like that'd really complete it, but other than that, this is great. Maybe not 600 million views or 1/16 of the world population great, but make this for yourself at home. It gets David's stamp of approval. And to round out this one is, believe it or not, the one I personally am most excited for. It is the crispy glazed beef and broccoli, or in this one, beef and green beans. And I grabbed some flour, cornstarch, and soy sauce, a big old flank steak and water, white rice, sesame seeds, some fresh ginger, salt and pepper, green beans, garlic, and brown sugar. So why does this one excite me the most? You may be asking yourself. There's a few different reasons. Number one being, it just looks the most flavorful and having the most depth. Don't get me wrong, I love cheesy garlic bread and crispy chicken sandwiches, but this one just seems like it has the highest ceiling. I just love a crispy beef and a really deep, sticky, brown sugar, soy sauce, ginger, and garlic sauce. It's also just the one that I am most likely to make for myself off camera. You know, you don't have to turn the oven on and bake and heat up your house. You don't have to whip out fryer oil and deep fry things. This all comes together in one pan once you've got your rice ready to go, that sauce mixed up, the beef chopped up, and then very thoroughly dredged in the cornstarch, flour, and some salt. I got the pan nice and hot in an attempt to crisp up that beef, and then just finished it with the sauce and the green beans, and allowed it to go until that sauce got nice and thick. Let me reiterate that I have no clue what he actually used in his video. This is just my best guess based on how things looked, how I think this would most likely be composed, so I plated it up over that white rice and with plenty of sesame seeds, and let's give our final Zach Choi dish a shot. It's only hitting me right now, but this smells exactly like the beef and broccoli from my local Chinese spot. It's got that real savory, like soy, make your mouth water, but also that like slightly vegetal something else going on. Okay, so right off the bat, the beans are raw. I guess I should have blanched them or steamed them first. I didn't think I had to do that because I usually like my veggies having a bit of crunch, but they did not spend enough time in the pan because they're basically just like eating raw beans. And the beef is good. It's nice and tender. It's got some flavor. It does feel like it's missing something. If I were to make this again, I would load that sauce with either gochugaru, gochujang, crushed red pepper flakes, whatever it is. Maybe a squeeze of lime too, or a splash of ponzu sauce. It just feels like it's missing one or two things. It probably is. Zach, if you're somehow watching this, let me know how I did at recipe guessing. But overall, really, really good stuff today. I'm loving this new reformed, more human-like Zach Choi.
With the M without the AD. Flipping burgers and my money super lazy. Try and make a meal tonight, they ain't paying me. Try and supersize my life with my 18. Yeah, our style wasn't wavy, but we had a vision.